Alright, this is my second video. I'm actually going to talk about the operators, assignment operators, some of the math stuff, symbols. I'm actually going to talk about the comparison operators that are used in control structures, and I'll give you a little example about the at symbol, what it's used and includes ones. I'll talk about increment, decrement, logical operators, some of it, and string. Then I'll perform a small function or show you some functions, how they're made. Uh, Here goes one. I'll explain the scope a little bit. Here's one function that was created, and here's a second function that I will create. So you can see that as well. And I explained this piece here, error reporting as well. So real quick in here, let's look at this. Operators, arithmetic operators. You will use 4 different operators when you do some of your math. You have your addition, plus, subtraction, your minus, you have multiplication, the shift 8 symbol, then you got division here. So if I had Jake word, and then I would have this here, I would actually run those so you can see that. I run 1, and you could keep changing this symbol with either of these 4. So if I run it once, let's see what happens. This is my index. That's division. So it's 10 into 2. I think it's 2. 2 should give me 2. Yep. So that's working. So that's how that looks. Let me close this one out for you. Assignment operators. Here, assignment operators. I'm making a variable. Fo equals 2. So you have fo equals 2 when you have your assignment operator is going to be the plus and equal symbol, minus equal symbol, times equal symbol, division equal symbol, and then remainder equal symbol. So if I have fo plus or equals to 2, my answer will be 4. I'm actually adding them. And then you got your minus and equal to 1, that. Then you got the times equal to 4, that. You got your division equals to 2, gives you that. You got remainder equals to 4, gives you that. Remainder equals to 4, you have 2 left over from there. There you go. Now, assign by value and assign by reference. Understand that. When you assign by value, you have a variable here. You assign it to 5, saved into memory. That's assigned by value. Then if you assign by reference, that means you alter a variable indirectly. So, and the symbol used for that is the equal sign and ampersand. And it's good for debugging arrays. So I'll give you a little example here. Here's a small one. Person, here's my array. Name equals to Jason, age equals to 23. I have age here. This is my array function, the way it's set up. Well, not a function, but my array. And then you have your age. A variable equal to ampersand person gives you age. Print underscore R person is going to print it out in a format that is readable to you, just to check that everything is good. It's almost like you're debugging it, and it'll print it out in a way that you can see, okay, this was my before, the way it is written in the array, which would be Jason 23. It would give me Jason and 23. Then I increment him here, or increment the number, age, and then when I print it out again, it'll give me the same nice format that's readable. It'll print it out in a format and give you increase the 23 to 24. Same age as Jason. To make sure that it's working correctly, your array is written correctly and is working correctly, and you pull the information correctly, just in case you add it in a database or so. That's what it print underscore R. So let's run that. Remember, Jason 23 will give me my first one, then I increment it will be Jason 24. Here's my array. My name is going to be Jason. The age is 23. And the same thing, because it printed again and incremented. My name is Jason. Age is 24. See how that's done? It gives you this whole thing. So I go back here. So understand what print underscore R is. Understand that as well. Comment this out. Let's move on to the next one. comparison operators, and you do that between two values. You have value here, and then fo, and then you have another value yo, and you're actually using control statements, structures, if, then, else, those type of things when you're writing your code in PHP. You have all 8 of them. You have your double equal sign means equal, triple equal signs is identical. You got your explanation point equals is one you would use the most, then the arrows which says not equal. I use that one a lot. Then you have this one with a double equal sign is not identical. Then you have your less than, greater than, or less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. And those are explained here. I put them a statement there as well for you. You use them in control structures. Here's a little crazy one too. And let's see this. Very simple. Some little trick here. I have an include statement. Say I'm including once a file from somewhere else into the file I created. Hopefully you understand that. Excuse me. Include once. That's if I had some file and I'm pulling some information from somewhere else and I wanted it in this script. I would use include once. Then I have a statement echoes for this include once statement right here. So if I run this, I don't know why I got that, but I do know why. I just explained it in a second. I took it off, so include once, that's the way it'll be written. This code is going to below. Errors. So this is the error it's going to give me because it cannot find the file. That's the error it's going to give me. Cannot find the error. So if I use the @ symbol in front of it, watch what happens now. So if I run it, see, it doesn't give me the errors, but it gives me a statement. What happened? Hey, you can't find the thing, file not found in the system. Please look at the code for an error or check file location. That's what's going on. Keeps it very clean compared to this. Okay? So that's what that is. That's the simple @ symbol. Close that one out. Keep going. Increment and decrement, you've seen that up above when I put the 2 plus symbols. So I explained that, when adding a value, you use plus plus before or after. Subtract the value, use the negative or minus minus symbols. So remember 2 important things here. Placing the plus plus or minus minus operators before a variable increments or decrements a variable before it's instantiated. So before you instantiate a variable, before you use it, basically is you putting in front of it or after the increments and decrements, using it before. But if you place the variables or operators after the variable, increments and decrements of variable after instantiation. So there's 2 differences, and read up on that to understand it. There's basically two big differences. Just in case you do code and you have your increments or decrements, you might get 2 different values when you use either or, when you instantiate it, or if you didn't, or after you instantiate it or not instantiated. So you need to understand that when you're doing your code. So definitely look into that. Then you got logical operators, which would be your AND or the double ampersand, which returns true for both expressions are true. You have or the double pipes that return true if the one expression is true. Then you got your XOR, which turns true if one expression is true but not the other. And then you got your exclamation point, which returns true if the expression is not true. So I put it down here just to give you a little run through of this little code. So if I run this, I have the true, yo true. This one says the and yo if they're both are true. This is the pipe, which gives you a or if you return if one of them is true. One expression is true. Which one is? Yep. This one here will return expression is true, but not the other. And this one will return expression if it's not true. So if I run it, it should give me 3 of these answers right, and the other one won't because the other one was not right. Yep, it ran it correctly. There you go. There goes the answers right here. This one was not right, so it worked. And I'll get into this. Is just simple stuff going on so you can see it. Um, let me keep running. Okay, string operators. Remember this, once you have a variable here and you have hello assigned to it, you can create a new variable and say that variable, which will give me hello right here, how would you say, hello would actually fall into place here. I'm trying to think of the best words. Uh, Substitute this because I'm actually calling it, because you know you assign hello to fo as a variable. So when you create your new one, you can actually write code this way. You can just call the variable, and actually it's really going to replace it with a string. Then you have the dot here, which concatenates, means put together whatever you have here. So this would be hello world, written from string operators. Okay. So that one's that. Let me talk about some functions real quick. Here you go. This is variable scope. This is functions. When you get into real PHP coding, you'll see a lot of function stuff. So variable scope. Global scope. Understand what global scope is. It means a variable is available in the script that declares it. So once you have global scope, this is like a global scope right here. It's available in the script that calls it. It's not in the function. As you can see, scope functions here is variables declared within a function have local scope. That means they only local to the function it was created in. Meaning only available within the function that declares it. As you can see here, in order for me to use it in a function, right here in this function, curly braces, see, function, I create a global variable here. This is the display of a function in PHP, and I want to keep using it as a global function in a global variable, sorry, within a function. I have to state it as global right in front of it, and then return it. Then I can echo this code itself, or this function, and it'll print out this whole thing right here. So this is my other function, and I put here, let me explain these two little things. This is the one I'm going to run for you. Variable declared in a function, not available outside of a function. Okay, so what I mean by that is a variable declared within a function is not available outside the function. So once you declare it in here, this is a local variable within the function. You can't use it outside of that function. However, here's my exception, unless you specify as a function's return value. So if I have Jackal is this variable, this is a function. I have Jackal2 also inside the function. It says here, unless you specify a function as a return value, to use it outside of the function. So if I return Jackal2, that means this one right here, I'm going to be able to use it outside of this function. Here I put my other variable, which I'm going to echo out, equals pool code. So I have a variable and assigned it the function name, pool code, right here. So once I echo this, it will give me Jackal1, Jackal2, Henry. Do you think so? Will it give me that? No. It's going to echo out Jackal2 also inside the function, and it's going to actually call the pool code. So let's see what happens if I run it anyways. Let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. Waiting. Oh, also inside the function. See which one did it call? Hey, it called Jackal2. Jackal2 it called, and then you have Henry right here, because Henry is calling the function. So I actually pulled that. It didn't get the Jackal. This is a function because, as I stated earlier, it's not the return type. See, unless you specify as a functions into the return value, it's not going to become a global variable. Here's one more other thing. To see some error reporting on your function. This is the function. you could use E underscore all, everything in caps. Remember that. So if I were to run this now, it's going to give me some of where the errors are and what's going on. So let me run this right now. Undefined variable Jackal in your functions to PHP on line 26. So I went back here. Here you go, line 26. Jackal. It's not global variable. I can't access it, so it's gonna blow up, basically. So if I go back here, undefined variable Jackal 2, and that function is line 26, also inside the function. It printed it out because I was able to grab it because I gave it as the return. That's a global variable now. And then Henry, as you know, I'm just giving Henry the variable to pull code function. So as you can see. All right. And as I move on to the next videos, I'll keep increasing this and I get into more coding stuff. Just to explain the basics here and give you a little bit of things to think about. Need help on this? Definitely the YouTube. Look a lot of more videos of some of these things. I'll keep posting up videos and I get time to. I got to keep reporting. I'm doing stuff on JavaScript, PHP. I'm going to get into serverless and JSPs, get into the Android and iPhone, a few others. All right. And I'm going to start from the beginning and keep moving, progressing through. So hopefully you understand it. Just leave a comment on the video if you'd like. Thank you.